Now let us learn the elevation of boiling point. So elevation of boiling point is another colligative property. So this is a colligative property, that is elevation of boiling point. So first of all we should know what is a boiling point. What is the meaning of boiling point? So boiling point means the temperature at which the liquid boils. So this is called a boiling point. Boiling point means the temperature at which the liquid boils, or we can say the vapor pressure of the liquid. The vapor pressure of the liquid becomes equal to atmospheric pressure. So that point is also called a boiling point. So the boiling point is the temperature at which the liquid boils, or in this point the vapor pressure of the liquid becomes equal to the atmospheric pressure. So if we have a liquid in this container, so if it is a pure solvent A, this will have some vapor pressure. If this vapor pressure is equal to atmospheric pressure, so if this vapor pressure is equal to atmospheric pressure, maybe 1 atmosphere, so at that temperature, so when we are giving that temperature, so that temperature gives the boiling point of that liquid. So that is the meaning of boiling point. So boiling point is the temperature at which the liquid boils. Also we can say that the vapor pressure of the liquid, the vapor pressure of this liquid become equal to the atmospheric pressure. So that point is called the boiling point of a liquid. And we know that when a non-volatile solute is added, to a pure solvent, a non-volatile solute is added to a pure volatile solvent, we know that the vapor pressure of the resulting solution will be lowered. That we have already learned. So the resulting vapor pressure will be lowered. So vapor pressure of the resulting solution will be lowered when a non-volatile solute is added to a pure volatile solvent. So we can say that we need to heat that solution. We need to heat that solution to attain its vapor pressure become equal to atmospheric pressure. So when we are adding a non-volatile solute in a pure solvent, we know that the vapor pressure of the solution will be less than that of the pure solvent. So in that case, we need to heat that solution in order to attain the vapor pressure of that solution become equal to the atmospheric pressure. So that point is the boiling point of that solution. So in order to attain that vapor pressure, we need to heat that solution more. So we need to heat that solution more in order to attain that vapor pressure become equal to atmospheric pressure. So we can say that the temperature or the boiling point of the solution is more than that of the pure solvent. So in this case we can say that the boiling point of the solution, when we are adding a non-volatile solute in the solvent, the boiling point of that solution will be more than that of the pure solvent. The reason is the vapor pressure of the solution will be lowered if we are adding a non-volatile solute in the pure solvent. So in order to make that vapor pressure become equal to the atmospheric pressure, we need to heat that solution more. So that temperature will be more, or we can say the boiling point of that solution will be more than that of the pure solvent. So we can draw a graph between variation of vapor pressure and temperature. So this is a plot of the variation of vapor pressure and temperature in the case of solvent and solution. So if it is solvent, this is pure solvent. So this curve AB, that AB indicates pure solvent. So in this case, we know that when vapor pressure increases, temperature also increases. So the graph will be like this. So this curve AB, so vapor pressure increases, temperature also increases. That is the case of pure solvent. And AB, that indicates pure solvent. And CD, so this CD, this curve indicates the solution. So we get a solution when a non-volatile solute is added to the pure solvent. In that case also, when vapor pressure increases, temperature is also increases, and the graph or the line will be like this. So CD indicates solution. So this is the curve for solution. And also it is clear that the CD will be lower than AB. CD will be lower than AB since it is for the solution. So it is the line or the curve for the solution since the vapor pressure is less in that case. So vapor pressure is less in that case, that will be below this line. So in the case of solution, vapor pressure is less because of the presence of a non-volatile solute. So the curve will be drawn below the line AB. And let us see what is the boiling point of pure solvent. So if this is the pressure, that indicates the atmospheric pressure. Maybe 1 atmosphere. So if this is the pressure that is equal to 1 atmospheric pressure, or that is equal to the atmospheric pressure, so at that point we can find out the temperature. So in the case of pure solvent, so at this point, so this is the temperature at which that liquid boils. That means that indicates by T0B. So T0B is the temperature at which that pure solvent boils. That means the atmospheric pressure and the vapor pressure, or the vapor pressure of that solvent become equal to atmospheric pressure. So that is at this point, and the corresponding temperature, that corresponding temperature T0B indicates the boiling point of that pure solvent. So T0B is the boiling point of the pure solvent. Now what is the pressure, or what is the temperature and pressure for the solution? So in this case, CD indicates solution, and let us consider the pressure when it becomes equal to atmospheric pressure. So this point, at this point, the solution boils, or this is the temperature that indicates by TB. So TB is actually the boiling point of the solution. So when a non-volatile solute is added, we get a solution, and that solution actually boils at this temperature. So we know that temperature increases from left to right. So TB is more than T0B. So TB is more than T0B. The meaning is the temperature or the boiling point of the solution. The boiling point of the solution is more than the boiling point of the pure solvent. So there is a difference. That means The difference is denoted by delta TB, and delta TB is equal to TB minus T0B. So delta TB is equal to TB minus T0B, and that difference is called the elevation of boiling point. So that difference is called the elevation of boiling point. So elevation of boiling point means the difference in the boiling point of the solution and the boiling point of the pure solvent. So from the graph it is quite evident that the TB is greater than T0B. So boiling point of the solution is greater than boiling point of the pure solvent. So this difference is actually delta TB. So delta TB is TB minus T0B. So that is called the elevation of boiling point. So the elevation of boiling point delta TB equals TB minus T0B. So experimentally we found that this delta TB is always proportional to molality. So delta TB is directly proportional to molality. So delta TB is equal to the proportionality constant Kb into molality M. So this Kb is called, that constant is called molar elevation constant or ebullioscopic constant. So delta TB is equal to Kb into M. M is molality and Kb is called the proportionality constant. That constant is known as molar elevation constant or ebullioscopic constant. So let us define Kb. So ebullioscopic or molar elevation constant is the elevation of boiling point. It is actually the elevation of boiling point So Kb is defined as the elevation in boiling point, the elevation in boiling point of 1 molar solution. That means Kb equals delta Tb when molality equals 1. So that is the meaning. So when m is equal to 1, Kb is equal to delta Tb. So Kb is defined as it is the elevation in boiling point of 1 molar solution. Now let us see the unit of Kb, unit of this constant. Kb is equal to delta Tb divided by m. So delta Tb, that is the temperature, so that is always taken in Kelvin, and molality, that is mole per kilogram. That means number of moles of the solute per kilogram of the solvent. So the unit will be kg per mole. So kg per mole is the unit of Kb or molar elevation constant. The unit for molar elevation constant is kg per mole. K is Kelvin, then kilogram, then per mole. Kg per mole is the unit of Kb. Now let us see what is the molality. Molality is m is equal to number of moles of the solute divided by mass of the solvent in kg. So mass of the solvent means Wa, in kg means we have to divide it by 1000. So molality is equal to number of moles of the solute in mass of the solvent in kg. So Nb divided by Wa divided by 1000. So this is the equation for molality. So we can write delta TB is equal to KB into M. That is our equation. So that is equal to KB into, instead of M we can write NB divided by WA by 1000. That is equal to, so instead of NB, number of moles of B is equal to mass of B divided by molar mass of B. So NB is equal to WB divided by MB. So we can write WB divided by MB, the whole divided by WA divided by 1000. That is equal to, so delta TB is equal to WB into 1000 divided by MB into WA. So we have to add KB also. Delta TB is equal to KB into, here also we can add KB. So instead of molality we can write WB by MB divided by WA by 1000. Since molality is equal to number of moles of the solute in mass of the solvent in kg, the mass of the solvent in kilogram. That is why we have to divide WA by 1000. So delta TB is equal to KB into WB into 1000 divided by MB into WA. So this is the equation for elevation in boiling point. So here delta TB equals elevation of boiling point. So KB is molar elevation constant. So WB equals mass of the solute B, and MB equals molar mass of solute, that will be B, and WA equals mass of the solvent A. So if we know these values except MB, we will find MB very easily, that MB is molar mass of the solute. So MB is molar mass of the solute. So we can find out the value of molar mass of the solute by using this formula. So this equation will help us to calculate the molar mass of unknown solute. Normally we are using this equation for finding out the value of molar mass of unknown solute MB. So this is about elevation in boiling point.